Hello everyone. I hope you are well. Today we are going to talk about the strategy for the new state warfare system. Before we start, because I don't want to do like the others, I'll tell you what it really is. We tried this update on July 25th on the PTR server. This update is coming to the official server in order to test it on a larger scale. Then a survey that you will find in the settings tab, then help and support will be put online to ask the opinion of the concerned state. Don't forget to answer this survey, it will be very important for the future. But nothing you have seen or heard so far is final and subject to change. The first SVS of this type will normally take place on August 6th. So be ready. Let's start at the beginning. You will have to choose in the order of your preferences the time of the beginning of your capital fight. On the PTR server we had the choice between 3 slots. From 10 AM to 11 AM. From 3 PM to 4 PM and from 8 PM to 9 PM. Each governor of each state can choose 2 time slots in order of preference. I advise you to agree all together to have an optimal number of players online at the time of the fight. Remember that you can send or receive some spies, so never give your chosen time slot on the state chat, do it discreetly on Discord. If you are the spy and you know the times that suit your opponent and you don't care, don't hesitate to vote on the opposite schedules. For example, if your opponent has chosen the first slot and it bothers you, don't give him any points. In this example you are almost sure to get the 3 PM slot. Be careful though, you must be there 30 minutes before the start time. That's when you can start to occupy places in the gray areas. The second step is to have a plan. And to have a concrete plan, you'll need to understand how this new system works. Because it's no longer occupation time that you have to earn on a building but state points on 5 buildings. The state with the most points wins the battle. The alliance of the state with the most points wins the right to choose who will be governor. You will have 30 minutes to prepare your invasion. And this is what I want to focus on. As I said on the Discord and as the official announcement said, the players of the State 1 and 2 of the PTR server were limited on their attacks. Not the State 3, 4, 5 and 6. But being in State 1, I tried anyway. I couldn't attack players in Green Zone if they had less than 3 levels of HQ difference with mine. But if I was in Gray Zone I could not attack outside this zone. But even in Green Zone, from the moment you win the attack the player was automatically relocated until his next reconnection. You will probably have to attack players to get a spot near the capital or fortress since there was no more thunder relocating players present too early. In addition to that, the use of shields is totally impossible in the gray areas. We must also warn you that the preparation time for the rally has been modified. Now whatever you want to attack, the minimum preparation time will be 1 minute. But don't worry, the walk around the capital is not slowed down anymore. It is even accelerated. At the beginning of the war phase and for the first 27 minutes after 3 minutes of sleep, only the fortresses can be occupied, but they remain open during the 57 minutes. Each of them provides a predefined number of points. The Fortress 1 will gain 1200 points per minute to your state. It alone will be able to provide up to 68,400 points of state. The Fortress 2 and 3 will allow you to get 900 points per minute each for your state. Each one of it will be able to provide until 51,300 point of state. For the Fortress 4 it will give you only 600 points per minute, that is to say a maximum of 34,200 points of state. The fortresses alone can therefore provide up to 205,200 points to your state. They also provide each one of the solo points that I display you just below. This note is also important: the more troops you have in the buildings the more points you will earn. After 30 minutes of fighting on the fortresses, the towers in the center lose their protection. The towers do not get any status points but only 9 solo points per minute. The center brings 3,000 status points per minute and 18 solo points per minute. This makes a total of 90,000 status points over the 30 minutes the capital is open. Be careful, you can only join 1 rally or garrison at a time. So if you are in a fortress you will not be able to reinforce another one. You won't be able to join a double rally either. Did you notice? Fortresses can give more points. They correspond to about 70% of the total possible score, which is astronomical, except that usually to win you only need to concentrate your rally on 1 building. But here you have to concentrate on 4 buildings at the same time and 5 when the capital is open. Everything I explain below is a minimum and is to be adapted to your ability to fill the player alliances in line. For the first 30 minutes I advise you to use at least 1 leader per building and at least 1 sub-leader, a little less powerful if you can't put 2 big leaders on each building to make the double or ghost rally. Since the joiners can only join 1 rally at a time, you must have at least 16 joiners per team to follow. Joiners who are not present in the building should not reinforce, or they will not be able to join the other rally. Remember to use the garrison heroes that are the best with the generation available in your state to reduce your losses. The first problem is that you will need 8 leaders for the fortresses and 64 joiners or 72 players connected at the same time just to be about right for the fortresses. This is already complicated in half-dead states. And when the capital will open, if you don't have enough leaders to occupy everything, I advise you to get a powerful leader in Fortress 4 which gives 600 points per minute only and send him to the center. Get one also in Fortress 2 or 3 which gives 900 points per minute for the center. The remaining leader in Fortress 4 will replace the one that left number 2 or 3. Why do I advise you to use only 1 alliance? Because I don't know if you realize it. To be able to execute a 1-minute rally is totally crazy. So if you can't fill several rings to get enough heals, fill only 1. Because you're going to need to heal a lot of troops. In a perfect world we would have many more leaders per building, that we would start again in 2, 3 or 4 alliances with 100 people in line in each. But unfortunately the perfect world does not exist. The problem is that the troops killed in the state buildings are not counted in the recovery coupons at the end of the state war. This means that you only get back 70% of the troops thanks to the recruitment offices. This can cause a lot of death in a very short time. So you have to maximize your healing capacity. It's time to ask you to put in comments what you think about this. Like the video and subscribe.